What's up, everybody? Arty84 here for Wicked Explorers. We're doing another dead mall, and this one takes us to Fort Myers, Florida, a mall I know very well. This is the Edison Mall in Fort Myers, Florida. Before I go on, if you like these videos, please subscribe, leave comments, give us legs up, leave us a like down. Helps the algorithm, helps us get attention, helps us make more of these videos. So we were on vacation a few weeks ago, and we went to Fort Myers as one of our stops, and I decided that since this is a mall that I know so well, that I wanted to finally document this thing. It's been a while, so I'll give you a little history on this mall, and I'll give you just some stories of this mall. And I would, as always, enjoy if you guys please leave your comments and stories as well below, as far as it helps us with connecting and interacting and using the YouTube for the way we love it to be. So the first thing right here I just want to add, you see these outdoor stores in the beginning of the mall. These are all new. They've added these since the last time I here, and it appears that they're adding a lot more. Originally, this front section was basically just an entrance here, and you had a back of a just brick wall. They fenced it off and stuff. There's no access to any stores, but it looks like they're using that dead space and making it more of a marketplace. And I'm going to get to my theory of what this mall is going to look like in a little bit too, but to give you an idea of this mall was built in 1965, and it was the first time a mall had ever had a JCPenney's and a Sears at the same time in the same mall. It had been expanded 3 times. The first initial construction of the mall was this corridor right here. You'd walk into the center court. To your left, you'd walk all the way down. There was a Sears that's just recently closed, and to the right, you'd walk all the way down, and it was a JCPenney's. Straight ahead was originally the Mars Brother store. These were all stores that were like department store based stores in downtown Fort Myers that basically took advantage of the mall being built and moved their businesses over here. This mall is located in US 41 in South Fort Myers, and at the time the mall was built, there was really only a movie theaters down the street and a Publix. There was not much going on in this area. And since about the mid to early 90s, hasn't been much going on in the Fort Myers area. It's been expanding quite significantly. Once they expanded the airport, and I believe it was the early 2000s, the traffic to this area has started to increase. The Boston Red Sox play down here, the Minnesota Twins play down here, and which was once a majority 65 plus area has now really been, lowering the average age. There's a lot of younger people moving down here, and we'll touch on that a bit. But right now we're walking to the mall. We took a left and we're heading down to the food court and where the Sears was once a store, one of the original Sears back in the day, and then a mall. I should say original Sears in the mall because, of course, Sears has been longer than this mall was. To give you an idea, it's about 1 million square feet of retail space. It's a 1-story mall except for the JCPenney's and Sears, which are 2 stories, or Sears was 2 stories. Let's see. I give you a bunch of information about the mall, but basically the important parts of it, it was bought and sold by many people over the years, and as many malls are. So there was an expansion, which I want to talk about, which happened in 1979. And during this expansion, JCPenney's got a 2nd floor, and at the same area of the mall, there was a kind of a corridor designed and built to expand the mall further to the back, and doing so added some square footage to it. And it's a weird layout. So typically a mall would basically, in the center court, you would expand through there, but we couldn't because there was already an anchor store there. So they went all the way to the far right end of the mall where 2 stores were located, blew that out, and added to the mall behind it. You can kind of see that from the satellite view, and it's a very interesting corridor. Some of the stores on the right hand side aren't very deep at all, and it zigzags a bit because you could tell how it had to work its way around some stores and whatever. So they added that in 1979, and then again in 1985 another expansion was done to the mall. And I remember while this expansion was going on, it was started in 85, it was basically further renovating the mall, bringing it up to modern styles at the time. And they were expanding to the back of the mall and added another wing, which is now kind of an abandoned area. There's not many stores back there. The occupancy of this mall right now is probably about 75%, where the majority of the business is taking place in the core part of the mall, which we walked in, and the food court area. But as you go deeper into the back of the mall, The stores are getting a little bit less and less. And when you get to the very back of the mall, there's really not much going on in there. At one time, there was a Dillard's here, there was a Burdines here. Both companies, I believe, were acquired by Macy's, which eventually took the mother name of the businesses. Losing the Sears definitely did hurt the mall. I'm not quite sure what's going to go into that space. I guess there's some kind of like fun zone or some interactive place I guess they're putting in there, or they had put in there. I'm not really 100% sure. But Sears was there for 55 years and was the last Sears store to close in Southwest Florida. So there you go. Not much Sears going on in that part of the end. In 2005, Simon announced a further renovation of the mall, which added an outdoor lifestyle center wing and renovated the interior. So in 2005, it's basically the stores that we walk by with the GameStop and stuff. They started that kind of outdoor marketplace kind of idea to the mall, just to kind of fill up that void and kind of bring some more activity to the mall. The mall parking lot's kind of shallow when you think about it in comparison to the highway it's on, and it's only because I think the highway has been widened over the years, because I think it was only a 2-lane road when that mall first started out. So a lot of real estate in the front, which would be usually a lot of parking, has been taken back. But the key at this mall, if you go into this mall, just go down to the back of the mall. There's plenty of parking always in the back of the mall, and there's several entrances over there. So if you don't mind walking a little bit, little fun fact right there. And let's see, in 2007, another renovation was done to the mall. It wasn't an expansion, but it was basically more or less a punch through. So as we walk through the mall, we see the Macy's in the center court. To the right of it, they kind of took over a few stores and they blew right to the back, because that expansion I talked about in the 80s and late 70s and 80s, it kind of wrapped around the back of the mall. So basically they added to the back of the mall, but in order to get there, you had to kind of zigzag. So you had to take a giant all the way down to JCPenney's, walk up and go all the way back to approximately where the Macy's is, and then it went further back. So big kind of S shape that was kind of like odd to navigate through, and it's probably reason why there's not a lot of activity, a lot of people in the back of the mall. And then the mall probably understood that and figured out we need to get the majority of people to the back of the mall as fast as possible. And we'll walk by that at the very end of the video. We'll cut through that area, but they pretty much took over 4 stores and they just blew a corridor, and they actually added stores within the corridor to make it a little bit easier. Doing so basically is going to kill the original corridor that they had over the years. There really is no reason they can't fill that corridor back up, put stores there, because now it's kind of a useless corridor, and now the accessibility of the mall actually makes a lot more sense now. And I wonder if that's something to consider, because that'll kind of route the traffic in a direction. But in a sense, it also keeps traffic circulating in different directions. So you can kind of look at it both ways. Is the real estate worth more than people circulating? I don't know. Possibly the idea I came up with closing it up would create a couple dead ends, which I don't think the mall is kind of looking for. I think they want more of a flowing presentation to the mall. But you'll see the opening briefly. We'll walk by in a few seconds, but then we'll actually walk down the corridor at the very end of the video. This mall I have a lot of history with. I've probably been to this mall as many times as I've been to any mall in the New England area. Every time I'd go to Florida, a couple times, 3 times a year, we'd always stop at this mall. So it'd always been a place where we kind of stopped and went to with my family and stuff. Brought many Met girls here. I got my first credit card at the American Eagle here. You can look back to our 2003, 2004 spring break videos, and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. This mall shows up in it a lot of the videos. It's a cool place. It's fortunately not dying like the Bell Tower Mall was, where we explored. But I wonder the back end of the mall, when we get to the very end, or close to the end, I wonder if they decide to open that up and make it of a marketplace type style. It would only make sense basically for the fact that it's kind of the trend. I know the older folks like to walk around in a closed mall, but the population kind of is changing a bit there. And I wonder if that will kind of make the whole idea of the mall change a little bit. It's hard to say. I don't know. I think that's what the future of the mall is, because I'm happy to see it's still flourishing, since it is really the biggest shopping area in Southwest Florida. But it has to kind of change to its times. But it's very fortunate this mall's still around, because if you lose this mall, you're going to lose the main shopping core of this region. And you know, that's how it is. And it gets so hot in the summertime in Florida. The mall is a great place to go escape, get some cold air, some air conditioning all year round. So, you know, this is that weird card I was telling you about that was the addition in the late 70s, early 80s with the shallow stores on the right and all these zigzags you got to go through to get to the back. The Starbucks was closed in the mall. I did notice that, which I'm a little surprised because it was the only coffee shop there. Prior to it being a Starbucks, I remember it being kind of like a mom and pop type coffee shop that was there. And yeah, that was gone. So there's really no place to get coffee unless there was a Dunkster, and I didn't realize it. I don't remember seeing Dunkin' Donuts in the food court, and typically there's not a lot of Dunkin' Donuts in Florida. Anyways, that are close together, unlike the Northeast, but don't recall this. So this is the first expansion we're walking through right here, going down towards the back, and you'll see that it noticeably gets a little bit shallower with people. Shallow, I don't know if it's the exact word. Less people, I guess, is what I'm looking for. But so that's the mall. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll leave you guys here to kind of just listen to the music and walk around and see the sights, the skylights, and all these things were added when they renovated and changed it around a little bit. This big court right here that no one's ever in. And there's another one at the very end of the mall that's the same exact way where the Easter Bunny display is going to be when we see. But less and less people as you work further back the mall. But hopefully maybe that changed, or maybe the volume has changed a bit since they added it. It is COVID time, but it is Florida, so that doesn't really apply. So, but it does in the sense that some of the older people aren't going out. So I don't know what's going to happen. When I'm back down here next year, I'll take a look and I'll give you guys an update. But thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, share your stories, leave your comments. Love seeing them, love reading them. And we'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and click the alarm so whenever you get notification, we get new ones. See you later. Bye.